Well, before you get out of here, you mentioned you still had a month's worth of bookings to fulfill with Tully gone. You're going to team with Akeem at least one time. It happened in Rockford, Illinois, November 2nd. Not a huge crowd, only 1,500 fans there. What was it like teaming with Akeem?
I don't remember.
There you go.
I do not remember that. I thought it was Haku all the way out.
You did Haku a lot, though, like Peoria, Schofield, all over the place. And of course, everybody knows about Survivor Series 89. We've even talked about that before, but it is kind of cool to see you get a rare victory over Shawn Michaels at a Survivor Series on your way out. You would think conventional wrestling would be beat him fast, beat him early, beat him dominantly, and they didn't do that.
They wanted to save me for Warrior. Because that's who ended up putting me out later during that match, Survivor Series, right?
Yep.
And yeah, I'm sure Shawn wasn't happy that, my last night there that I was beating him with a spine buster. I'm sure he wasn't happy, but nothing came of it. I did what was asked of me right to the bitter end.
Well, let's talk about it. This brings to a close your WWF run from 88 to 89. How would you sum up your experience in that period of your life?
I would like to say there was a ton of positives, but to be honest with you, from where I had left, if you weigh one against the other with the private planes and the family, feeling that you had in the locker rooms and the company in general. And, just the fact that I could be home a lot of nights, the Carolinas and all those places that were drivable afforded you so much more time with your family. And I had a small child, right? Barrett at the time, I think was 3, and getting to spend more time with him was just a blessing. And up there, I cannot explain how it was functioning on a day and a half to 2.5 days off and having to travel like we were traveling, wrestle on a hard ring, which was, you finally got used to that. That was not an issue, and play all the head games on top of it. There was just a lot of negatives about being there. It was a learning experience. Like I said, I ended up substantially higher than I had made before. So it was good for my family. And in the very end, Conrad, if you know me, my family comes first, period. If I've taken care of them properly, it doesn't matter, what company I work for or where I quit or where I stayed when I should have quit and all these other variables. Number one, take care of your family. And that's what I've always done. And it's worked out great for me in the long run, which if you'd have looked at this 20 years ago, you might have said, well, guy had a bright future, but so I would have preferred to stayed with Crockett and the company still be in business, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm glad that it worked out the way it did. We got some great matches. I got to see you. I was a WWF kid at the time, and I remember your run there very fondly. And now we get to see what happened behind the scenes, and I'm glad we got to cover it in great detail. We've talked a little bit about it before, especially the coming and going, but the actual run in the middle, you were only there a year, but man, you made the most of it, didn't you?
I think so. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the matches we were able to have, and proud of the fact that we were able to grit our teeth and, and get through the travel and all the other difficult things. It's not an easy place to work. You got to be a good businessman to last there. You got to be a straight shooter to work your way around, all the head games. And it's real easy to remember the truth. You never forget the truth. Just tell the truth. You can always remember it. If you tell lies, you can't remember which lie you told. It gets a little more difficult. So that's my theory, and I'm going to go with it.
And Arn, 3 shows in a week. We're overdosing on Arn right here during the holidays. I hope everyone listening to this has a great Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and New Year's. And don't forget, we'll be back next week. We're not abandoning you. But my goodness, 3 episodes in a week. This was fun, dude.
I promise I won't say another word for a while.
Well, Well, I hope that's not true because we're looking to hearing from you next week. Don't forget, if you haven't already, go check out our visit with Tully Blanchard. You can also see our shows and get them early and ad free over at adfreeshows.com. Until next time, he is at The Arn Show. I am at Hey, it's Conrad, and we are out of time. We'll see you next week right here on Arn. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.